Hi, it's Ray here with another silly story about Vietnam. I don't want you to think that I'm making fun of the people in Vietnam. I'm not. It's just that there are sometimes some things that happen quite differently to how they happen in the West, and they're worth thinking about. One of the difficulties that a lot of people have when they first come to Vietnam to work is that they don't speak Vietnamese, and that's quite understandable because we expect that everyone's going to learn to speak English really quickly. If you have some understanding of Vietnamese, it does make life a little bit more interesting because you know what's going on around you. The Vietnamese language is a very difficult language to learn, and even though you might sit with a dictionary and learn a lot of words, there's a lot of phrases that use a lot of words that you will recognize, but put it together and they don't make any sense. We'll go into that in another situation. Anyway, here's this brings about quite a lot of misunderstandings, and just to give you an idea of what it seems to be like to try to do business in Vietnam, here is a little story about a business that my lady from Hanoi, Miss Pumpkin Bum, as I used to call her, and I set up, or more to the point, she set up and I assisted her with. We had approached Bond University on the Gold Coast about recruiting students from Vietnam to go to study in Vietnam, in Bond University at the Gold Coast. And they were very supportive of this idea. So that's what this is about. So Miss Pumpkin Bum decided to set up a business recruiting students to Bond University, and Bond agreed. Well, that sounds fine. But there are some expenses, not too many really. But worse than that, my house had been converted now to an office, 2 stories of my 4 story house, that is. This leaves me a bedroom and a laundry. The rest of the house is commissioned for the fabulous business. Okay, not the end of the world, but Pumpkin Bum is all full to the brim with business, business, business. Every word and every action is devoted to it. Sound familiar? I had a wife before Miss Pumpkin Bum came along who was all about business, 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 and you know what happened to that. First thing comes out of her mouth when I come home is, can you tell the website builder about this Dover and how? And then she turns to some person sitting at the half-finished desk and says something that sounds to me like global dibble Watson Watsui Kumba Wabadubba Plob. And then she says to me, show her where to do that. So I point to the WC, and PB sighs and says to the lady, oh, wem wom ram rot succumpums thing by where I slippity do, and asked me if I could do that. I have to reply that I don't know if I can do that, and she asked me why, and I say, because I don't have a clue what you're talking about. She brushes past me, clicks the computer a few times, and announces, there it is, please do it for me. I'm staring at some form in Vietnamese, so on the top line I write kangaroo, and on the next one I write 60 years old, and then I wrote Suzuki. How should I know? I speak a few languages by this stage, but being fluent in Viet was not one of them just yet. I speak it a lot better now, but like I said before, it's a difficult language. It's hard to get fluent in. Then the phone rings and she says, get that. And a man on the other end says, Wing dong bum stucky kuba symbol. And I say, oh, we gave at the office last Tuesday, and hang up. The phone rings again and she gets it, listens intently, then asks me why I didn't help that man before, because he's pretty upset now. Time for me to take a shower and never come out. When I do emerge from the shower, PB Pumpkin Bum greets me with, where will I find the Watsit for that thingo, you know? I just said, hello, Pumpkin Bum, nice to see you too. Are you standing there in your capacity as my lady, or as the Director General of Pumpkin Bum's super company? Yes, she says. Sorry, I'm suddenly feeling very tired, and I feel I must lock the bedroom door and go to sleep or go insane. Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire. As I mentioned, I already had one wife from Australia whose only language was business language. Now I'm headed for another. I came abroad to be a lazy layabout and do some teaching to help a few people and pay my way. It hasn't happened that way yet. Will soon, however. Pumpkin Bum claims she's going to make me rich with this business. I'm not concerned about rich, but I do care about my sanity. I'll leave all this perpetual business to those who have no real life to chase after their rainbows. I just want to sit on my bum when I'm ready to take a rest. Hey, that's it for today. The fabulous business. Let me tell you that the fabulous business never really happened. A lot of work went into it, particularly by Pumpkin Bum, and it never happened. Be watching for more silly stories from the land that time forgot. And if you like what I do, give me a like. Thanks.